In this series, I'm going to surprise you. I'm going to strip away all the complexity and hard graft and teach you how to cook amazing food standing on your head. That is amazing. Incredibly tender. From the kitchen novice to the budding chef, I'm going to give you the confidence, the recipes and the insider knowledge to make you a much better cook. Slice round, wasting nothing.
I made my name cooking in some of the world's most demanding kitchens.
That's nice. You make up the grandma's before service?
Yeah. In my restaurants, I expect perfection. Every plate has to be worthy of a Michelin star.
And every time you make it, taste it as well. Every day it changes.
Now, I'm going to show you some simple and accessible recipes for fantastic food that you can cook easily at home.
Incredible.
I'll be holding you by the hand.
It's getting better and better and better.
Teaching you everything from how to cook on a budget to baking, real fast food, and my ultimate feast recipes.
This is the only cookery course you'll ever need.
Welcome to my ultimate cookery course.
Packed with cooking tips, information, and 100 recipes to stake your life on.
Right, now it's all about cooking with chili. For me, chilies are an incredible ingredient in the cook's arsenal, capable of transforming dishes, adding excitement, heat, and a wonderful taste. I'm going to show you how to get to grips with their intense flavour. First up, red mullet with sweet chilli sauce.
Cooking is about being adventurous and having the confidence to go off-piste and being a little bit more daring. So when you start combining peanuts, chili flakes, and this amazing fish, red mullet, trust me, you're in for an amazing treat. We're going to make a really nice, light, sweet chili sauce. First off, your chili. Off with the top in half. And those seeds inside are very powerful. Incredibly hot, but full of flavour. Garlic, 2 cloves of garlic. Slice the garlic, nice and thin, so it helps to puree the chilies in the pestle mortar. Garlic in, touch of salt, a little touch of sugar in, and then start grinding. Push down first. The salt and the sugar really helps to puree the chili and the garlic. Fish sauce, always a base to a chili sauce. 2 tablespoons in, and a touch of rice wine vinegar. Fish sauce gives it the saltiness. The vinegar gives it a nice acidic wake-up. 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Nice. Mix that up. Beautiful. Look at it, the colours, incredible. Now, spring onions. I want the texture and the crunch. Spring onions in, the coriander. Slice it once. In. Fresh lime. And that goes brilliantly with the red mullet. Just really wakes up the chili, the garlic, and reminds the sauce that we're serving it with fish. Now taste. Wow, that's delicious. Look at that. Beautiful. The longer that chili sauce sits there, the better it gets. Now, for the peanuts and chili, that's going to coat the top of the red mullet. Peanuts in, salt in. That helps to really grind the peanuts down. Some beautiful dried chili flakes. Creates a nice sort of warm heat.
I'm using fresh chili for the sauce, but dried chili flakes for the coating, which will really crunch up when cooking.
Just a little bit of the coriander. Mix the coriander in to the peanuts. And look, I like them quite textured. I don't want them too small as a powder, otherwise they'll burn, but crushed lightly.
To coat the fish with the chili and peanut seasoning, in a separate bowl, beat 2 eggs along with a splash of fish sauce.
Take your fillet, lay in your red mullet, dip it in, shake up your peanuts, and then in. And make sure you push that down, cover that red mullet. Oh, beautiful. Now make sure that pan's really nice and piping hot. If you put the fish in and the pan's cold, all those wonderful peanuts and chili is just going to slide off the fish, so we need to sear it in and get it nice and crisp. In and lay away from you. Beautiful. If the pan starts getting a little bit too hot, get your olive oil and just place another teaspoon of olive oil around the outside so it starts to heat up as it hits the centre, and it really helps to stay so much more in control. And turn, nice and gently. We want that nice sort of toasted, sautéed crispness, which adds a really lovely flavour. Tilt the pan and just baste the top of the red mullet with that really nice piping hot olive oil. You've got that really nice roasted crunch, and it goes brilliantly with that soft sweetness of that fish inside. Gas off and just leave them sitting in there and finish with lime and just go over each one. Now, we take them out. And the sauce, a touch on the bottom and the tail of each fish. Now, to round that off, serving some fragrant rice, sautéed broccoli. Amazing. And there you have a delicious peanut-encrusted red mullet with a wonderful sweet chilli sauce.
Cooking with chilies isn't all about blow your head off heat. This dish uses the exciting taste of a chili, but has a deliciously elegant and subtle flavour. As you become more confident using chilies, you'll find they can transform your cooking.
Chilies are a great way of making dishes exciting and vibrant. Here are 3 quick recipes that are full of flavour and come with a kick. First up, pasta with tomatoes, anchovies and chillies.
For the spicy sauce, slice anchovies and garlic. Next, dried chillies. Great for keeping in the cupboard to add a hit of heat on demand. Then add the anchovy oil to a hot pan and fry the chopped ingredients. Add half cherry tomatoes, chopped black olives and salted capers. Cook to combine the flavours. In a separate pan, boil dry spaghetti, another great store cupboard staple. When the pasta is tender, but still firm, drain. Add to the sauce. With a splash of the water, it's full of starch, which gives a great silky consistency. Then season with pepper and top with basil. Packed with big, bold flavours and ready in under 20 minutes. Pasta with tomatoes, anchovy and chillies. My next deliciously different chilli recipe is grilled corn with chipotle chili butter. First, the topping. Chopped coriander. Then add softened butter. Soak chipotle chilies in hot water. These are dried jalapenos, which have an amazing smoky flavour. Drain and chop. Mix together and season. Next, fry corn on the cob in olive oil. You want a really wonderfully charred flavour. When coloured, add water to steam through. To eat, smother the cobs in the butter and crumble over Lancashire cheese. Fantastically messy to eat, grilled corn with chipotle chili butter, an utterly delicious smoky treat. My final recipe is a chili classic. Jerk chicken. Start by making the intense jerk marinade. First, Scotch bonnet chillies. They may be small, but pack real heat and a fruity punch. Then chop garlic and fresh thyme. For spice, add ground cloves, cinnamon, nutmeg, and allspice. Season with salt and pepper and combine with olive oil. Next, score chicken legs so the hot, spicy flavours get deep inside the meat. Rub thoroughly with the jerk mix and marinade. Add olive oil to a hot dish. Brown the marinated chicken for 10 minutes. Then add Worcestershire sauce. Cover and cook in the oven at 220 degrees for 20 minutes. Hot, spicy, jerk chicken, easy to make, and finger-licking good. 3 different chilies, 3 amazing flavours, 3 irresistible dishes.
Nice.
Next, 5 more of my 100 tips that will make your life easier in the kitchen. First up, how to de-seed chilli.
To get the seeds out, hold it upright and just rub the chilli between your hands. The seeds are incredibly hot. You're just releasing them from the inside, tapping it down, and then again, just a final little rub. Now, cut the top off, and then just open up, and look, they come out like little miniature Smarties. And there, cut the little bottom bit off. Amazing.
Next, a great tip for using spare chilies. Using string, tie together the stalks, then simply hang in your kitchen. In just a few weeks, you'll get your very own dried chilies. Great crumbled into dishes for adding heat on demand. Chilies are surprisingly versatile. If you love them in savoury dishes, my tip is to try adding them to melted chocolate ganache for chocolate chili truffles, or sprinkled over fresh fruit like mango or watermelon. A great tip to prevent burning sensitive skin when working with chilies.
To get rid of that spice and that heat on your fingers, a little bit of lemon, squeeze a little bit of lemon juice, and that instantly gets rid of the heat. Fresh lemon juice.
Spice up your drinks. For a Mexican twist, add a dash of hot chili sauce to beer, or using cocktails to give your drink a very different sort of kick. Coming up on my ultimate guide to cooking with chilies. More great cooking tips.
Take the sirloin out of the fridge literally 20 minutes before you want to cook them so it gets up to room temperature.
How to shop for the best ingredients.
The smaller the chili, the hotter.
And an incredible spicy beef salad to make your mouth water.
Just finish it with a little tablespoon of that sauce.
This is my ultimate cookery course. 100 recipes to stake your life on. I'll be showing you an amazing spicy beef salad.
Take a little teaspoon of your dressing and just go over the beef.
But first, the secret to cooking fantastic food is to start with great ingredients.
The more you know personally about where your ingredients are from and how they're produced, the better. So, don't be scared. Ask lots of questions and learn.
And when it comes to chilies, there's no one better to ask than chili grower Joanna Plum, who's been farming chilies from mild to mind-blown for over 11 years.
I eat chilies all the time, every single day.
She grows over 60 types on her farm and really knows her poblanos from her habaneros.
People think that chilies are all about heat. Actually, it's about flavour as well. Some are sweet, some are aromatic, and they can be used in so many different dishes. When you go shopping and you're looking for a chilli, what should you be looking for? What you want to do is look at the chilli, and it needs to be nice and firm and glossy. Generally, the bigger the chilli, the milder it's going to be. The smaller the chilli, the hotter. And if it's small and wrinkly like this one, it's going to blow your socks off. Another way to tell if a chilli is hot or not is to split it open and smell it. If it's a super hot chilli, it'll clear your sinuses. The heat of a chilli comes from an oil called capsaicin, and that is concentrated mainly at the top of the chilli, where the seeds are. Now, when you're cooking with a chilli and you want the flavour of the chilli, but not too much of the heat, start with just using the bottom of it. As you get closer to the seeds, that chilli's going to get hotter. So if you remove the seeds, that also does remove some of the heat. There's thousands of varieties out there because they cross-pollinate very, very easily, and that's why the world's hottest chilli is always changing.
Joanna's right. With over 200 types available, all with different flavours, aromas, and of course levels of heat, it's important to buy what you like. Here are my top chilies, whatever your desired kick. At the mild end, poblano. These are great for stuffing, have a delicate flavour, and often used in Mexican dishes. Starting to get hot, the jalapeno. When they're green, they're like spicy bell pepper. The redder they are, the sweeter they are. Bird's eye, where they really start to pack a punch. Long, thin and pungent, they're great in Thai dishes and are often green or red. And at the top end, the habanero. These lantern-shaped demons have a delicious fruity taste and they're the firecracker of the chili world.
Another way to use chilies is to smoke them and to make chipotle. What it is, it's just a mesquite smoked red jalapeno. It smells fantastic. You can almost get that like smoky bacon sort of flavour out of it. So you would use this in anything that you would slow cook. So you're eating a chili and it's really too hot for you. The best way to get rid of that heat is to drink some milk or a dairy product like yogurt. Whatever you do, don't go for water or for beer.
Don't be frightened of trying new types of chilies in your cooking. Experimenting with these amazing fiery beasts is a great excuse for getting hot-headed in the kitchen.
They give you a natural high, much like when you've been exercising. So your endorphins are released and you just feel good. Chilies make you happy and they're also an aphrodisiac.
Southeast Asian chefs, they're brilliant at balancing the hot spiciness of chili with sweet, sour and salty flavours. If you want a new twist on a favourite dish, spice it up with chili. My next recipe is super simple to make, but has wonderful depth and complexity of flavours: spicy beef salad.
Chilies, if you use them confidently, they can really add a new dimension to the style of cooking. But the real trick is finding that balance of flavours that really suits you, because that's the most important part. So, this is the most amazing sirloin. You can see it's got that wonderful marble. For me, the secret behind this is cooking it quickly. Season the steaks generously. Salt and pepper. Push that seasoning into the sirloin. Take the sirloin out of the fridge literally 20 minutes before you want to cook them so it gets up to room temperature. They cook more evenly, but more importantly, you can actually season right inside the steak. This little bit of fat down here, season that as well, because that is what we want to roast and get that really nice and rendered. Olive oil in, a tablespoon. Roll that round. As it starts to smoke, in with the steaks. Into the pan and lay away. Again, into the pan and lay away. If you don't hear that noise, the minute those steaks hit the pan, don't put them in. So the secret now is getting that colour on the steak, turning it once and once only, and cooking it for 2.5 minutes each side. What I want to do is to get that bit of fat rendered so it adds a lot more flavour. Just hold the steak down like that. And that starts to melt the fat, which makes it so much more tender. There should be no white fat left anywhere. Turn them over. Really important to have that steak up to room temperature before you start cooking it. So the inside is nice and warm, so it spends less time in the pan and more time cooling down. Really important. Now, 2 fingers, touch, it goes in, so it's rare. I'm happy for them to be rare because by the time I let them rest, they're going to go back to medium rare. It'll continue cooking. Out, onto a plate and let them rest. 1, 2. Let's get my juices over. Don't waste that. Really important.
Next, the spicy dressing. Take the seeds out of a chili to reduce the heat by rubbing it in your hands and tapping until the seeds fall out.
Cut it in half and just chop it in. Garlic and chilli works brilliantly. A quick way of peeling it. Just get your knife and just slam it down. Pops out very, very quickly. In, a little touch of salt. Rub. Start going around in circles first. You'll see it pureeing. Nice. Clear that off. Now, we've got the heat in there from the chilli and that richness from the garlic. 2 teaspoons of palm sugar. This is where it starts to have that nice, sweet, sour effect. Fish sauce, fresh lime. This is a simple, fresh chili dressing, and it was something I fell in love with in Vietnam and Cambodia because it was just so easy. Give that a little mix and dissolve the sugar. Quick taste. Wow. Right, vegetables.
A great fuss-free way to get super thin ribbons of carrot is to use a veg peeler.
When they're that thin, they take the vinaigrette so much better. And radishes, just slice them down at an angle. Lovely. To give another dimension to the salad, I'm going to use a banana shallot. They are incredibly mellow, very sweet. Across, just chop up the shallot and mix that through. Want some sweetness in there now. Little vine tomatoes. Slice them in half. Tomatoes in. Shallot, radish, carrots and tomatoes.
Next, peel and slice cucumber, chop spring onions, and shred baby gem lettuce.
And then finally, get some fresh mint. It's young mint, so you don't need to take all those stalks off. All you do is hold the bunch upside down and then take it for a little trim. And just chop that once through. And you got that nice minted salad. A couple of tablespoons of dressing. Don't flood the salad with the dressing. We can always add, but we can't take it away. Now really mix that dressing in there. Make sure all that chili and garlic and palm sugar wraps around that salad. Beautiful. Onto the plate. The steak's rested. It's now nice and medium rare. That little bit of fat, we don't want to find that in the salad. Just slice that off. That served its purpose. It's kept that steak nice and moist. Just slice. Going with the grain. It's almost like slicing through butter. And look, inside. Beautiful, pink. You slice the beef too thinly, then it goes stone cold. And more importantly, all the goodness runs out of it. Nice, thick slices. Get the beef and start placing it around the salad. Take a little teaspoon of your dressing. The rest of your salad, sit that on top. We'll finish it off with some toasted peanuts. Peanuts in. Now those nuts are really toasted. Nuts on. Get out of the pan and just crush. Once they've cooled down, just run them through with a knife. You can hear how crunchy they are. Another texture, another taste of the salad. And then from there, sprinkle. And then finally, take that, just finish it with a little tablespoon of that sauce. And there is one tasty, very well textured, spicy beef salad.
Follow my ultimate cookery course crammed with key lessons, top tips, and 100 recipes to stake your life on, and you'll literally be cooking yourself into a better chef. To collect selected recipes from the show, go to my scrapbook at channel4.com/Gordon. Go on, get cooking. Next time, it's all about cooking with spice. A wonderfully aromatic lamb dish.
You can just see that meat juicy and incredibly tender.
A fragrant rice pudding to die for.
But look, it's like rich, aromatic lava bubbling away.
And more top kitchen tips.
So the secret of braising is having a really nice, thick, durable pan.
And it's back same time tomorrow. Tonight at 8, River Cottage welcomes Felicity, Glenn and Keely to the fold for fishing and foraging as 3 go mad. Stay with us though, as it's Come Down With Me next.